Hey guys, so I'm here with baby Jade, and she's just gonna have a bottle while I talk to you guys and answer a question that was asked of me. Um, there was a question saying, do I remain friends with artists after I purchase babies, or can you be friends with artists that you buy babies from? Um, that's a question. Uh-oh, water squirted on her face. That's a question that has came up a bit um, um, from time to time. For me, I used to I do like to know a little bit about artists that I'm working with that's doing babies for me, because I believe that artist paints with emotions. So if they have an ugly spirit, their work tends to be dark, or they can be very nasty during the transaction and stuff like that. So for those purposes, I do like to know a little bit about the artist. But I don't, I used to, really interact more so with artists than I do nowadays. Now I really prefer to try to just keep it business. Not saying that it's just like, oh, when my dollar's due, what time is it ready? Okay, great. All right, how much I owe? Send me the invoice. It's not robotic like that. It's casual. Hey, how you doing? Checking in, blah blah blah. It's still casual or whatever. I just don't try to befriend the artist, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word to use. But yeah, I'm just over that part. Um, some artists I have, like, because some artists do open up a little bit on their own, and I don't shy away from it. I just kind of be a little distant and a little cautious, and the only reason is because what I've learned is that, just like with anything, it's not good to mix business with pleasure. I know a lot of collectors, friends that say they are friends with their artists, and things work good between them, and that's fine. I do have a few artist friends that I don't even really do business with, or not anymore, and stuff like that, but I still consider them as friends or whatever. um but just like when I'm doing work or something like that, I just prefer not to, because um I've had it where they get really, one way or the other, the friendship, somebody feel jaded in the friendship. Either the collector feels like the artist is taking advantage of the friendship, or the artist feels like the collector is taking um, advantage of the friendship. And it can easily be done, not even intentionally, just because, I mean, we're human, and the opportunity presents itself. Is kind of like, what do you do? You know? So my answer would be, I keep a open, cordial, business professional relationship with artists that I've dealt with, so that I can, go back and use them if I needed to. In most cases, sometimes it don't always work out that way. If I've had a bad experience and the artist, me or either the artist have hard feelings towards each other, then of course, that relationship is tarnished, and then business is done. Then we're not going to be on no type of level. But then I I have a few tarnished relationships. I'll be honest, within the community, with some artists that I just wouldn't be able to do business with, or wouldn't want to do business with, or both, all of the above. And it's probably mutual on both ends. But then there are some that I, had hiccups with, but I could still do business with, that I just choose not to. Um, in this industry, in this doll buying business, it's a huge trust factor that plays a part. Um, because we, I forget to put her on a bib every time. Um, because we're not buying from Walmart or online store. Um, she's wearing her onesie. Hope hope I have time to finish. I'm gonna have to get her changed. I've made her wear her onesie a little bit. We're not a commercialized, a real true like commercialized industry like Walmart or Target or places like that. So you're trusting people who can disappear at any given time with no trace. You don't know who you're dealing with. You don't know who you're sending your money to. So you have to really trust these people with your money and your dolls, your kids, just all this stuff. And so it can be a very emotional process all the way around. And rather it's sentimental or just emotionally business wise, because you're trusting them with thousands of dollars to complete a doll for you. So, you know, I just say choose wisely. And don't try to play up to people to take advantage of them and try to use them for free things, because it don't usually pay off. A lot of artists, especially the good artists, they're very familiar with the uh, the takers. I call them takers. People trying to befriend them for free things and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. We've all probably tried to be, good graces so that, I know I used to when I first started. I was like, ooh, I'm gonna be nice to her. So when she have a doll up, I'll be first in line. Not necessarily to get, it for free or a discount, but to be first in line to be able to, buy it. But now I don't do that, because I don't know. I've just had so many heartbreaks in the community. Um, just trying to think of some other stuff that I would tell you guys about my experiences. This video is gonna probably be cut in a few minutes, and then I'm going to just continue talking about a lot of things with my experiences and stuff like that, because I'm getting a lot of private messages on Facebook from people that's asking and requesting that I talk about some of this stuff. And I I do want to share my experiences and talk about it. You know, I think I know she's gonna spit some water out on me, but I didn't bring her. Oh, she didn't. Guess she drank it all. Greedy self. This time she drank it all. But I don't want to. I lost my train of thought thinking about Jade. But yeah, I don't want to ignore people questions and stuff like that. But I got like over 50 something messages on Facebook, and they don't all go straight into my regular message box. They go into separate message box, so sometimes I don't see the message until God knows when. And so yeah, and then but anyway, so don't think I'm ignoring you, but I'm going to try to start answering lots of the questions here. But the other thing is wait time. I got a question about, should a person be upset because they've been waiting on an artist to complete their doll forever, and yet the artist is completing buy it now babies in between their custom job? And there's an explanation for that, and I kind of understand that. So just being around, talking to artists and interacting with a lot of artists, when they're doing the customs, a lot of times you guys are paying on layaway or in payments or whatever, or you guys pay up front, and then that money, I don't know, you know, a lot of those artists, they live off of, this is their income, so they'll spend that money, but then you but they still have reoccurring bills and stuff. So even though it takes them months to complete your baby, they still need income, so they'll do a buy it now just to get money for their other bills and stuff like that. So you have to kind of be a little bit understanding about that part. Now I can understand if, you know, if they're just putting out 5, 6, you know, buy it now babies, and you've been sitting there waiting for 6, 7 months on a doll. Now that's kind of ridiculous, you know. But all artists do buy it nows in between customs. I hate to tell you guys that, mostly all, I will say, mostly all. A lot of times too, you don't know what they was working on before you got your order in too. So in all fairness, you know, I have to say, I used to look like that too, like what, you know. But I'm starting to understand a lot of more stuff. And anyway, we'll talk later on the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. I gotta get this girl changed.